Mark chapter 12, starting with verses 41. Jesus sat down opposite the place where the offerings were put and watched the crowd putting their money into the temple treasury. Many rich people threw in large amounts, but a poor widow came and put in 2 very small copper coins, worth only a few cents. Calling his disciples to him, Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all the others. They all gave out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, out of her belief, out of her heart, out of her love for God, out of her understanding that God is in control. God is in control. She put in everything, all she had to live on, placing all her trust in God." In Matthew chapter 6, starting with verses 19. "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourself treasures in heaven where moths and vermin do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And as my wife and I were preparing for our first fruits gift that we were going to give today, God reminded me of the armadillo. And he brought armadillo to my attention. And I said to myself, "Lord, why are you bringing the armadillo to my attention?" And he began to show me things. And he wanted me to study about the armadillo. The armadillo is the number one animal that's ran over, roadkill, in the United States. And it's a phenomena that many people have studied because they're wondering why the armadillo is always ran over and become roadkill on the side of the road. And so what they've discovered is that the armadillo, it has a self-defense mechanism, which is a shell. And what the armadillo has this sense of security that shell is going to protect him, that nothing can affect him, that nothing can kill him. But of course that protects him against many animals, but it can't protect him against an SUV. Yeah. So he walks across the road with a false sense of security, a false sense of pride, thinking that nothing can happen to him. And when the car comes, obviously he gets ran over. And so many times God was telling me that, Chris, in your life, you have tried to build shells for yourself that you think are going to protect you. You have tried to prepare for everything within your own strength and your own power. But son, what I want you to realize is that without me guiding you and protecting you, your shell is going to be like the armadillo. When the SUV comes, you're going to be roadkill. Because we need God in our lives. And so when we go forth today, when we're preparing our first fruit offering, when we place that on the altar, y'all, let's not miss this opportunity to give from our hearts with joy and understanding that God is who He is. If He saved us from our sins, if He opened the door and provided us a way into heaven, then to give Him